All right, so here we are. I just finished putting my cell phone in the drawer beside me because even when I turn the volume down, if someone leaves a message, it still dings and you can still hear it a little bit and it's still incredibly distracting. So I have my phone in the drawer. I can't put it on airplane mode. I have a wife and 4 kids. I have to be reachable at all times. So now it's in the drawer. Today is the 27th of February, 2017. It's a Monday and it's the beginning of my Vloginson's work week. Again, I don't upload on the weekends usually for the Vloginsons, just Monday to Friday, and then I save all the other kind of uploading that I would do usually for the weekend. Although this channel I also upload sporadically throughout the week. There's no upload schedule, as anyone who watches this channel knows. Anyhow, this is my diary, and you're welcome to it. So today, first off, I want to talk about the fact very shortly that I watched this documentary that Murray Povich actually put out where he interviews Michael Jackson's ex-wife and his family and his makeup artist and Liz Taylor, people that he's known for a long time. Basically because Martin Bashir did that really terrible documentary where he just totally took the facts and painted Michael Jackson in such a way that he lived up to the Wacko Jacko name. Meanwhile, Michael Jackson actually had a whole documentary camera set up from a different angle, filming every single thing that he said to Martin Bashir. He actually had it filmed as well from his own angle, so he has the entirety of their interview as well. And there's a lot of stuff that he left out that made Michael seem crazy and stupid. And I have very little respect for that fella as a documentary filmmaker. I would place him on the same scale as Michael Moore. They're both not really documentary filmmakers. They're both just people that are trying to sell their documentary, and so they make it as controversial as they possibly can. And the amount of bad-mouthing that this guy did about Michael as well after was just ridiculous. He went to the ranch and he saw how Michael treated the children when they showed up, all these Make-A-Wish children and whatnot, children from the inner cities. And it was all on Michael's own cuff that they would come to the ranch and they would go on the rides. And there was always adult supervision there. And to Michael's face, he said a bunch of really wonderful things about it. And then afterwards, he was like totally slamming Michael for a lot of things. Now, I don't know where you stand on the whole Michael sexual allegations. I think that he's completely innocent, and I've got a lot of reasons for that, and not enough time to go into it. But I do highly suggest that if you're interested in this topic, that you add this whole Murray Povich special that he did that came out after the initial documentary, because it paints a much, much better picture, and it'll probably leave you going, oh, that Martin Bashir documentary was utter crap. Like, it gave us some insights, but he totally molded it to make Michael look a certain way. Moving on. I got paid from YouTube, as I said a little while ago, but it's not enough. And here's the thing. When you're a YouTuber, you put a lot of time and a lot of effort into what you're doing. Now, some people don't. I can't say all YouTubers do. Some YouTubers actually don't put a lot of time. They record a video, they load it up, and, that's just that. But other YouTubers really treat YouTube as if it's a business, and they're constantly upping their game. They're learning how to film things better and how to be more cinematography. So, I do it every time. To have better cinematography. They're learning how to edit better, how to do better, catchier thumbnails. And they're putting all this time and work into it to create a product that hopefully people want to see and that gets to their eyes in the first place. And when you put that much work into something, to being a self-made social media star, you kind of want to get just a little bit of a compensation for it. I mean, we do it basically for free, unless you have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But you are looking for some kind of compensation for that. And in my case, I am. Not because I think I'm better than other people, it's just the amount of time that I have to put into it. I would actually like to make, if I had my way, I would like to make $4,000 a month off of YouTube. That would be my ideal. Right now, I am nowhere near that, and I probably will never be anywhere near that. And if I do get anywhere near that, it would probably be a long time from now, like kids in college kind of long time from now. But it struck me as hopeful, because I got paid almost $200 again. And that's something. That goes towards your time. You kind of don't feel like you're just making these videos for nobody and for no reason when you actually see a paycheck. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing YouTube, most people that don't do YouTube won't understand what the fuck you're doing or why you're doing it until you start making money. And it's because money talks with people. You know, they're like, YouTube is just a thing you can do on the side. No, there is massive financial opportunity for gain on YouTube. You just have to be really lucky, and you have to maybe know the right people. And that is a fact. It's not just the quality of your videos, but quite often just knowing the right person can boost you up into the limelight. And I've seen this before. Channels that have very mediocre, very, very mediocre content actually end up growing much, much faster than channels with a lot of content because they're attached to a certain channel name, a certain last name, a certain group of channels, or whatever. I've seen it so many times. However, just to stay on track, the average person with good content without a viral video is going to take a long time to make it anywhere. And people don't understand that. They're like, why are you putting so much time into this? You're a starving artist, or you're just wasting your time, or whatever. Like, well, no, there's a passion. There's a passion to produce video and to make video and to connect with people. And it's the social aspect of it as well. And there's this whole big plethora of reasons that someone who's not a YouTuber doesn't understand. What they do understand, usually, the universal reason that most people who are not YouTubers understand is the financial gain. They're doing it for the purpose of making a little bit of extra pocket money. And it feels good to know that I'm getting paid a little bit. I just wish I was getting paid more so that I could be financially stable on my own. Not rich, just financially stable, able to make enough money that I can take care of my family and invest a little bit back into the channel so that I can keep making more videos, because I really love making videos. I've been on YouTube for 3 years over various channels, and I'm going to be a mainstay on YouTube. I'm probably never going to go anywhere. Whether my content, I make a lot of content, or I go down to making a little bit of content, I will probably be on YouTube for the rest of my life as long as YouTube exists. Before I'm dead. Something like that. And so it gets me thinking, how can I up my YouTube game? Well, it's funny. I know how YouTube works. I know that people like to watch things that are a spectacle, things that are weird and crazy, or things that just hit you right in the feels. There's all different things that go viral and all different things, different kinds of channels that go successful. But the kind of predicament that I'm in with Margaret is we run a vlogging channel, and we have connected with the wrong audience in some regards. Not everybody, but there was a time when we were presented as being, a certain kind of vlogging channel. And then we since changed, our direction to be a little bit more encompassing, all-encompassing of what we're actually like and what our actually daily life is like, to be more accurate, actually, is what it was. And a lot of people jumped ship. They decided they didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And there's nothing wrong with them jumping ship. The problem was us in the first place. We should have found a way to connect and be a little bit even more real than we were when we started. We should have found a way to connect with those channels. You see, our channel would actually be more akin to Kid Behind a Camera or Grimm's Toy Show. They do a vlog, or Daddy05, except for Daddy05 takes it like their whole channel is based off him yelling at his fucking kids. And you know that they push that and fictionalize that even more, right? You know that he doesn't yell at his kids that much. He ain't that much of an asshole. I'm sure he's actually a fairly nice guy that just loses his temper sometimes. They've just had to, people like it, and when they like what you're doing, you gotta keep doing it, otherwise they get mad. I wish that we had found a way to connect with those people in the first place, channels like that in the first place. Unfortunately, vlogging is dominated by the Christian right and the Christian left and the conservative right. There's a certain kind of people, and there's nothing wrong with those people. There's a lot of Mormon vloggers, I'm telling you, a shit pile of Mormon vloggers out there. And a lot of them seem to be concentrated in the Utah area, but again, there's nothing wrong with that. All that is fine, and all the power to them to vlog and stuff like that, but they're not our audience. They're going to clearly be into different things than we're into, and that's okay. I just wish that I had connected with my audience right in the first place, so that we could be further along, and I could be making a little bit more money, and I could feel a little bit less guilty for not bringing home the big bucks and that kind of thing. And, oh man, what time would be like if you could just go back and change it, right? Anyway, just a random diary today. I'm at home. Jason's watching Netflix upstairs, chilling under a blanket. Our car is screwed. Just screwed. We have to take it in. It's not running properly. It's sputtering in the driveway. It's stuttering when you hit 80. It just clunk, clunk. So she's dealing with that right now, and it's just an average day. But those are the things I wanted to talk about. So thank you so much for being a friend, Diary, and I'll see you in the next one, I'm sure. Unless I'm invisible, in which case you won't see me. You won't see me anyway. You're a diary. Diaries don't see people. Or anything. Okay, bye.